This video is going to be all about shooting cinematic video.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school. It was like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace. I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw or Alpharetta or Woodstock, all towns known for their large Caucasian populations and expensive homes.
We got Justice here, photographer, videographer, editor as well. And yeah, we're about to go shoot some dope stuff. I am an entrepreneur. I started this company called ROLETAPE, and ROLETAPE is all about opportunities to advance your creative talents. Yeah, it's just a company that I've been building since college, and translates to my YouTube channel because this YouTube channel is all about me. So let's get it, let's go.
What kind of camera is this? This is Sony A7?
A5100.
Damn, this whole sexy. All right, you guys, so my name is Ren. I'm a YouTuber, poet, Depop seller, jack of all trades overall. The list goes on. I got a YouTube channel and its name is Ren Faith, so definitely go check that out if you would like. I make all kinds of content from fashion and thrifting, poetry, lifestyle, college vlogs. Like I said, jack of all trades, so whatever you name, I got. So go check that out.
All right, so we are downtown right now on this parking deck. I actually parked right down there. Yeah, about to shoot this spoken word that Ren did. Sounds really good. It's about gentrification and yeah, very relevant to the times right now. That's cool. They got congrats grads up there. Yeah, Atlanta's definitely a pretty nice city. So what you working with here, Justice?
Sony A7 III with the Sigma 18 to 35, and then the battery grip here, and an ND filter on here.
Okay.
So that I can shoot in this bright light, and then still get the exposure right. So,
okay, cool.
and you got the Zoom H1N as the audio recorder for what we going to have here, set to record at a high bit rate and high bit depth. So we should be good on adjusting audio levels after our in post, and should be good.
Yep.
A dead cat on here to dampen the wind because it's a little windy up here, as you can see.
Yeah, it is definitely a little windy up here. I'm scared. I want to go back down and check on my car again, just in case that they was waiting for me to not be paying attention. But it's a public place. I'm gonna walk around and make sure. New social distancing guidelines. Let's stand in the elevator like this from now on. Yeah, I do not want to get towed, man. I do not have the money to get towed right now. Let's check. Yes, we're good. We drove right in because this gate is up, basically signifying, sure, come and park here if you want to. And I don't see any signs that say, don't park here. And these say reserved. Mine does not say reserved. Let's pray that goes well. Let's go back upstairs. I'm gonna actually switch this out. I'm gonna put that microphone on this tripod and then put this camera on the tripod that was on there because it was a lot heavier. I mean, my camera's a lot heavier than the microphone. But yeah.
My friends and I would have play dates at parks and count how many teeth we'd lost over the summer. Every Halloween there was a bonfire in someone's backyard and a sleepover at so-and-so's house, so I wonder when my city stopped being good enough for their parents.
So this tripod, I got this on Amazon for a solid 15 bucks or so. Super convenient because it collapses. Extendo.
Damn.
Yeah.
I did not expect that.
So one of the biggest mistakes that I've made already is I did not bring my other lens. One thing about shooting cinematography is that the more you zoom in, the more depth of field you get. So you want to have your camera as far back as possible and zoomed in as much as possible to get that crispy, blurred background. So yeah, and the longer lens that you have, the better that distance you can get. Justice might be able to capture that a lot better than I can with my camera.
We're here.
Let me see if that works.
Can you see it? 18 through 35. So not super zoomed in. It may look large, but it's just because they got a lot of elements in here.
Okay. Sigma
Yep.
Okay. Is that an adapter you have on there?
Yes, this is a trash adapter, but it's really cheap. You can get it for like $50. Autofocus trash, so you basically got to just put it in complete manual.
Oh, manual focus?
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to get this started up. We're gonna do probably like 2 takes. I like this background a little bit better than this one. This one seems a little bit cluttered and the buildings aren't as pretty. There we go. I think that should be. And I'll have her stand somewhere around here. I'm gonna zoom in on her. I think that works.
You're standing right here, based on where you place that microphone.
Yeah.
So I'm the model for right now.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's about the right height. Yeah, there we go.
You good?
Yeah, I'll stand in there. You can take a look. Ren's gonna be like, wah, 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 wah. I gotta go check out my car again because I am not.
First floor.
Fairly quiet. And we are Gucci. There we go. All right. It feels nice down here though. Got that air conditioner going. But yeah, I'm very happy my car is still here. Oh no, this black truck moving back here. Let me see what he about to do. It is absolutely global, the impact of this COVID-19 disease, and quite honestly, it's gonna change the world forever. I feel like at the end of 2019, we all felt like we needed a change of some type of sort. But this was kind of extreme. But there's a bit of a silver lining here, and I'm gonna definitely take some time to acknowledge my privilege to even be able to say that there's a silver lining when there's almost 500,000 people that lost their lives to this disease. My condolences to the families and friends that have been lost to this disease. I definitely lost my Auntie Pauline. That was
8th floor.
That was tragic to hear that I lost somebody that was so dear to the family, but yeah.
My neighborhood until I got to high school. It was like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace. I was one out of 4 black kids in my kindergarten class. Every summer,
You keep going.
I remember my elementary school. My
Ren
friends
got
and
an
I would have
audience.
play dates at parks and count how many teeth we'd lost over the summer. Every Halloween, there was a bonfire in someone's backyard and a sleepover at so-and-so's house. So I wonder, towns known for their large Caucasian populations and expensive homes.
And with that shot, I'm gonna add text in this area. Yeah, this is a great shot right here.
White flight to college. It is when white people migrate out of racially diverse urban areas into the suburbs.
Shoot just wrapped up. Car is still there. Ren did her thing. Yeah, that's pretty much the shooting aspect of it. Make sure you have your good audio and make sure you have a clean, crispy shot. Take the shot multiple times in multiple different areas so that when you go into editing, you can chop between and keep the watcher visually locked in. So for this next portion, we're gonna jump into the editing process, and I'll show you guys a little bit about my thought process as I edit something like this. So here we go. Alright, what is going on YouTube? Let's take a look at this footage now. Alright, so let me show you guys how I broke down the footage to have a better workflow as far as putting these clips together. So I have one folder called Ren Spoken Word, and then I broke that down to 2 folders, one for the clips, where you can see the actual footage, and one for the sound. Take 2. So all I did was I basically dragged that into my workflow here. You can notice here that I have 2 groups, and a group is nothing but you can actually fill this up with multiple different clips, multiple different sounds and stuff like that. But for step 1, all I did was this process here. So let's take a look at this clip right here. This clip matches up with this sound because I have it lined up like that in my folder, and that's what I did. So let's take a look here. First thing I want to do is I use the V, which makes a clip visible or invisible, and turned off that sound because all I want to do is hear where she says something specific. Now, Justice had a setup here where he used this, and that clap sound is supposed to be heard on the microphone and the camera, so you can find out where exactly to line up your footage. But because that was so far away from the microphone, I was unable to hear on the microphone where that happened. I'm just gonna start from where I can hear her start talking.
I think question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood. I think.
And as you can see, I already cropped it to where she started talking. So
I think question.
So right here where she says, I didn't question. I didn't question. And I'm gonna put a marker there with M. Now let's take a look at, we're gonna make this clip invisible. And then turn on the sound. And let's hear where she starts talking here.
You said what?
I feel like this is a mad good shot. Like I might do the first half without the phone.
See, we can crop stuff like this out because it doesn't need to be in the video. But around this area is probably where she starts talking.
I didn't question why all the...
Alright, so put a marker there. So you might want to zoom in. Let's zoom into this clip so we can see exactly where things line up. This will give us a much better view. So right where this wave starts here, I'm going to line that up because as you can see, there's a little bit of similarity in the sound waves. So that is roughly about where that'll be starting. So let's test it out.
I didn't question why all the white...
And it sounds pretty seamless. So that is exactly what we want. So now if I turn down this sound right here on the actual clip, we should still be able to hear her.
I didn't question why all the white kids slow...
And this sound matches the sound that we had before, and this sound does not have as much of the background noise as we had in our previous clip. Let's see the difference.
Disappeared without a trace. I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw or Alpharetta.
Big difference. So now all I do with each one of these clips is I crop it down to the size of the actual footage. So I'll crop that down to this, and I'll crop this down to this clip. And then I'll go ahead and make a new compound clip. I'll call this shot wide. And then I do that for all 4 scenes that I shot with all 4 different angles. Alright, so after doing all of that mashing up of the different clips, let's jump back into tape 1. Now, there are areas where she slips up and we have to go back and cut pieces out. So this is exactly how I would do that.
First, I was 1 out of 4 black kids in my kindergarten class. Every summer,
Okay, so right there, she slips up a little bit, but let's see where she picks it back up.
I remember my elementary school being diverse.
She picks it up at, I remember when my elementary school used to be diverse. I'm going to use the I and O keys, meaning in and out, to cut out this specific section. In.
I remember my elementary school being diverse. I was 1 out of 4 black kids in my kindergarten class. Every summer,
and I'm going to be using the O key right before she starts again. So let's see how that looks.
Asian populations and expensive homes. I remember my elementary school.
Now there's a little bit of space in there that we can still get rid of.
And expensive homes.
That, breathe in, we can cut that out.
And expensive homes. I remember my elementary school being...
Maybe that's a little too sharp. So let's try that again.
Expensive homes. I remember my elementary school.
That's around where we want. But I'm going to do that for every single time that she might have slipped up or needed to start over. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Now that I have each individual piece cropped and cut out precisely to where she starts and stops for each section, now I can just go ahead and start overlaying different pieces so that as we chop to different areas of the clip, it'll line up with the other parts that we recorded. So let's take a look at what that looks like.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school.
Now let's say we wanted to jump somewhere else after that clip.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school. It's like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace.
And now let's stop there. Let's say I wanted to just use this piece right here. Now I'm going to come back to my clip here. I'm going to make that same cut where I want it to be. And I'm going to cut again where this ends.
One and disappeared without a trace.
Without a trace.
Friends have been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace.
And I'll stop it there as well. I'm going to delete this clip completely because I'm going to replace it with this one. Now let's take a look at how this looks.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school. It was like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace.
Now let's zoom in and take a look. What is this doing? It's going from the first take
High school.
to the side
It was
shot.
like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace.
Now there's a little piece of that S still in the next clip, so I can just cut that out. And now let's see how this transitions.
Disappeared without a trace. I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw.
And for dramatic effect, how about we cut in between each city? I'm gonna cut Kennesaw out, and I'm also gonna cut
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Now let's go find other clips where we can add Kennesaw and Woodstock to our footage. Where else does she say that? She says it right here.
They moved to cities like Kennesaw
Now we're gonna take Alpharetta from this clip,
or Woodstock.
and let's use Woodstock from here. So now this will be the first time we're seeing Rin from this perspective. There's possibly another opportunity in this batch of clips,
Or Alpharetta or Woodstock.
which I actually really like this shot better. So let's take Woodstock from here, and we'll take Alpharetta from here, since we've used this scene already. So we're gonna take this clip here, and we're gonna plug that clip in replace of this one.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school. It was like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace. I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw or Alpharetta or Woodstock or Woodstock.
And now we're gonna cut this Woodstock out, and let's also grab that other clip.
Or Woodstock, cities like Kennesaw.
Zoom in. We're gonna take this Alpharetta and bring it back to where we want to put it. Now let's see how this looks.
I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw or Alpharetta or Woodstock.
And I like how that progression is. We see that we open up with
Kennesaw or
a new area, which immediately jumps into a closer shot of the same area.
Alpharetta or Woodstock.
So now I'm gonna do that process throughout this entire video and mix and match these clips up so that we have different areas of interest for the watcher to hear this poem from. Alright, so now that we have our base layer down, we have our clips chopped up and mixed in, let's take a look at what this looks like.
I didn't question why all the white kids slowly left my neighborhood until I got to high school. It was like each of my friends had been picked off one by one and disappeared without a trace. I heard they moved to cities like Kennesaw or Alpharetta or Woodstock, all towns known for their large Caucasian populations and expensive homes. I remember my elementary school being diverse. I was one out of 4 black kids in my kindergarten class. My friends and I would have playdates at parks and count how many teeth we'd lost over the summer. Every Halloween, there was a bonfire in someone's backyard.
So here I did a little bit experimentation, and at this point it is completely up to the editor what they want to do as far as creativity. Now, all I did here was I overlaid two different clips, and added them to the bottom clip, which was this base layer here. So if I hide these two, you'll see that it's just this clip, and I moved these two pieces here to match what she was saying.
Every Halloween, there was a bonfire in someone's backyard and a sleepover at so-and-so's house, so I wonder, when my city stopped being good enough for their parents.
The entire video is a mashup of 4 different clips with 4 different sounds put together and mixed to show these different angles. Other than that, this video is pretty much complete. Anything added to this is basically for style, basically the editor's magic, what the specific editor is going to do differently for this video to make it pop. So, and yeah, this is my workflow in Final Cut Pro. I'm not going to really do a deep dive into all the styling and all the other things that I do to it. I can probably save that for a more advanced lesson. Leave a comment. This was a project that I came up with yesterday. We shot it yesterday, and I'm editing it the very next day. So here is, a very nice example of what you can achieve with a nice camera, a good microphone. Everything is definitely achievable. And if you learned something from this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. And I'll see y'all in the next one.